Well, my name is Justin Smith, and my brother Jared and I are the fifth generation of dairy farmers here at My Lady's Manor Farm. We're in Monkton, Maryland. It's Harford County Farm. We mainly do corn, beans, and grass hay, timothy, small grains. But our primary focus is the dairy cows.
The first generation would be my husband's great-grandfather, who was a blacksmith. Some of the tools and anvil that he used are actually still in one of the barns. So that was the first generation here. Then the Holsteins were introduced in the second generation with Robert's grandfather. At that time, there were 4 or 5 small dairies on this road. Then when the third generation, my father-in-law, became involved, he was one of 5 brothers, and each of them except one had a dairy or had a farm, and they all had some cows, but that's when the purebred Holsteins started coming into play. And it just developed from there. As my husband and his 2 brothers were born and got involved, they started showing cattle, and my husband was actually one of the very first people to do embryo transfer with Holstein cows. And that was roughly in 1976, and we took the cows to a facility in Pennsylvania.
Well, with the technologies, it just keeps going. You never know where it's going to stop. But I always thought, like, my grandfather saw the biggest swing in technology, because they went from using, like, horses and hand tools to having motorized equipments to electric to you name it. And then, like, our generation now, we got GPS, and, you can plant to the foot or inch and have your planter or sprayer cut off automatically, and all your fields are mapped out, and everything's so precision with your planting and your seeding and even your harvesting. It's just amazing, the technology. Even with the dairy industry, the technology with feeding and the milking equipment, it just keeps going. You wonder where it's going to stop one day.
We've had the #1 cow in the Holstein breed for several years, and now she's dropped to the 2nd place, but we do extensive IVF work with her, and we still do on-farm embryo transfer work once a week. At least our vet is here doing that.
It's all profitability, but the thing, like, we're into the genetic part of it, and in recent years they've gone to more of the DNA results on cattle. I mean, like, couple-day-old calves, we pull hair, send it to a lab, they do the DNA. So in a month or 2, genetic or the DNA background of these calves. So, right from the get-go, how valuable this calf is.
If you're wondering, well, what makes them so valuable? Based on that DNA, which is a genomic result that tells the potential conformation of that animal, what she's capable of producing as far as milk, her butterfat, her protein, all from 11 strands of hair. Pretty amazing, the technology and how it advances. We don't like being recognized or singled out for it, because I think farmers in general all deserve recognition for what they do and the sacrifices they make.